Well, today we got a special guest joining us for chat. It's Alyson Dudek. She's a world champion and Olympic medalist speed skater. She's a Milwaukee native. She enjoys cooking and found a passion in the anti-bullying movement as well. Welcome to the Morning Blend. Thanks for being on the couch.
Thank you for having me.
Excited to see you. Congratulations to you and your success.
Thank you. Thank you.
So this is home for you, the Milwaukee area?
Yeah, I'm from Hales Corners. My family still lives in the Milwaukee area, so I love coming back home and just
Where'd you
spending
go
time
to
with
high
family.
school?
I went to DSHA.
Okay. Okay.
And where are you now and what are you doing?
Well, I'm still half in Salt Lake City, kind of half here. I've been bouncing around this year. I've been taking the season off from training and competing and just kind of figuring out life outside of skating right now.
Yeah.
What's next for you? Do you look forward to the next Olympics? Because it was in 2010 that you won bronze in Vancouver,
Yes.
but I've heard since then you've been like really taken off. So I think a lot of people are hoping that you're going to give it another shot.
Well, I mean, I also competed last year in 2014. I mean, it's almost a year ago. I can't believe it now. Time really does fly. But, you know, a lot of people have been asking me, are you going to keep going or what's your plan? I really have no plan, like set plan right now. I'm just kind of enjoying life and I'll see if I compete again.
Okay, there's the picture with you, the blue pinky nail, which is, I know, kind of an anti-bullying symbol. You skating there. What got you involved in the anti-bullying movement?
A couple of years ago, my teammates and I had a bit of a hard time with our coaching and just kind of how the team atmosphere was, and we decided to really take a stand. And when I realized that bullying happens at every level of life, really, not just at an elementary age level, but also, you know, with elite athletes, I decided that I really wanted to get involved with the movement, and therefore I started going to schools and I started talking to kids and just, I mean, doing all of that really has become a passion of mine.
One of the things that I think we've learned on this show, and I've learned from having kids and from experts in this field, is that to really stop bullying, it doesn't necessarily work to tell a bully or a potential bully, don't do what you're doing. But the secret lies in, obviously, the person who's being bullied speaking up, but it's in those bystanders. It's the other people standing around for them to say, stop, or whatever they need to do to kind of give it a witness and reinforcement. Would you agree with that?
I completely agree. That's another reason why going to schools and talking to the group as a whole is so important, because you're not just picking out the people who are bullying or the people who are being bullied, but you're also talking to the bystanders. You're talking to everybody as a whole. And when you can bring that awareness to an entire class, an entire school, and then on from there, that's going to be the most prominent factor is just bringing awareness. That's what it's about.
I always think it's shocking too, and we learned this also on the show. If you don't think you know who the bully is at your kid's school, ask your kid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Who's the bully? They know. They know who the bully is. And oftentimes what's shocking is I think it can be a very popular kid who seems well-liked, but behind the scenes they kind of work their thing and they're the bully.
Exactly. Sometimes it's not the people that you would necessarily, you know, immediately think. There's some people that kind of are sly. So again, it's just about bringing awareness to the fact.
We had George Kuntz on the show yesterday, who's a former Packer, and he was talking about life after football, and just for professional athletes, how difficult it can be because you focus so much on your athletic ability and that, you know, that goal that sometimes you forget to develop hobbies outside of the sport. For you, you said, you know, you're taking some time off, you're developing some things on your own. What are you doing? And what do you hope to do when skating is finally done for you?
I mean, to be an athlete and an Olympic athlete, you have to put everything on hold. You have to make sacrifices. The only goal that I've had for the past 17 years has been going to the Olympics and succeeding. And so now when I start to think, what do I want to do outside of sport, it's kind of scary because I haven't had the traditional schooling experience or, you know, growing up like my sisters or some of my friends have. So I'm 24 years old now, and now I'm really starting to think, what's my next passion? Because I'm a very goal-driven person, and so when I don't have that set goal, it's kind of scary, but it's also really exciting. I have some great experiences because of sport, some great things that have happened because of my Olympic experience, and I'm just trying to use that, you know, utilize what I've learned from being an athlete and transfer that into what I want to do next.
I think that's exciting. I was reading about some of your hobbies. I mean, you like a little bit of everything. Cooking, yoga, skiing, hiking, fishing, boating, being outdoors, reading, traveling, fitness, cheering on the Packers, all of those good things. Is there any one thing that's sort of your focus right now?
I really do. Well, I love being here with you guys.
Yeah.
This has been amazing. I've also been working as a global spokesperson for one of my sponsors. I've been going over to Asia and speaking to the people there, and I really do like just being a spokeswoman, but I also really love travel. And I mean, I've been fortunate enough to be able to travel with my sport in competitions, but it's been a lot of fun to travel without that stress of a competition and enjoy other things.
Yeah.
Are you somebody who always tends to be on time?
I try to be. I try to do as many things as possible. So I always try to be as efficient as possible with my time. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to go here in the morning, then I can go here next and just
Because I was reading this interesting article about habits of people who are always on time.
Yeah.
This does not apply to Tiffany and me, but I thought I could learn a lot from this. It's one of they say the number one thing for people who tend to be always on time is when it's time to get up, they get up. They get out of bed.
So no snooze?
No snooze, no laying around. Are you like that?
That was not me this morning.
They also plan breakfast at dinner. In other words, they're big planners. They kind of like set certain times of the day.
That makes sense though. I mean, I like to plan, but I like to think that I like to be on time.
Right.
Perhaps I'm not.
Well, the one that I think is really, this one I could really work on is they end tasks on time.
Yeah.
I will tend to like
set a deadline.
Yes, set a deadline. Like if I'm even having coffee with a friend or I'm doing some laundry in the morning before I go to work. Like I only have until this certain time to get that done before
I never do that.
No. Does it tell you how to be better? Does it tell you how to like get these habits to be more positive?
It does a little bit, but you know, one of the things is I think that's tough for people is embracing downtime, because I'm one of those people who's afraid of having this time where there's nothing going on, that I'm not being productive. But people, they say, who are always on time, build in spaces in their day. So time before a meeting and then time after the meeting ends.
Okay.
They don't schedule like right
Back
up
to back.
against, because then you can't plan for the unexpected.
All right, that's a good tip. So that can help
You
us
like
a little
that?
bit. Yeah.
They so they build in overflow time. They've also mastered the skill of calculation. I think I could work on this part of it too. Like they know, like I'll think, oh, I can shower and be ready in a half an hour. When really, does it actually take me 45 minutes or more? That kind of thing.
Right.
You know?
You think you're more efficient than you are, basically, at the end of the day.
Yeah, but I would think for competing, being on time is critical.
Absolutely. I mean, we have in a competition day, we race roughly every 20 minutes. So we really have to be paying attention to what time it is and how much time it takes me to actually get my warm up in, and how long it takes me to tie my skates and then get on the ice.
All that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, and longer probably than people would expect, right?
Exactly.
Well, random, but this is going to have to do with our sound off today. Molly saw American Sniper last night at a screening for Ryan J. It comes out on Friday. But was there accents in it? Is that what sort of brought this about?
So I'm always interested in accents, and they were saying today on the Today Show that Bradley Cooper actually worked with the coach to develop this perfect Texas accent. And people who actually knew, because it's a true story, people who actually knew Chris Kyle said when they were sitting there watching the movie, there were times when they actually thought it was him. They thought it was him. He did such a good job with the way he talked and his body language and everything else. But it got me thinking about what accent would I want to develop if I could choose any.
And she lived in Texas for a while.
I lived in Texas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't want to put Texans down because I love the state, but I don't always think that a Southern accent, I don't necessarily think that it's the smartest sounding accent.
It can be charming though.
It can be very charming.
I'm not into it. I think men think it's pretty charming on women. I don't know. I don't find it that charming on men. Do you find it charming on men? Southern?
Sometimes.
Okay. Yeah.
I like an English accent.
I like an Irish accent. I think that's probably my favorite.
I like Australia, New Zealand.
Oh yeah, Australian is good.
Any of those pretty much work for me. I'm not gonna lie.
I like it.
Well, we asked you on Facebook, what's your favorite accent? Because we want to know what you think too. So, all right, we got Australian, Irish, and English here on this couch today.
So tell us what you think. What's your favorite accent? Go to our Facebook page and sign up. It was great to meet you.
Yeah, thanks for being here again.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'll come back.
Congratulations.
Please.
Yeah, come back and let us know what you decide about the next competition and what you do with your life. Great to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.